People have different personalities. Some people are very assertive, some people are not. In this podcast today, we're going to look at some of the benefits of being assertive. We're going to look briefly at what it is and what it's not, and we're going to look at 2 reasons why it's very helpful to be more assertive. Welcome to this episode of Steps and Tools for Emotional Intelligence. I'm Dr. Greg Hamlin, and today we're looking at some of the benefits of being assertive. First of all, let's look at what assertiveness is and what it's not. Assertiveness is an important aspect of emotional intelligence. The standard tests on emotional intelligence, have an assertiveness subscale. And if you just think about it in terms of, everyday life, if you know what your needs are and you know how to get them met in a way that is not obnoxious, but is clear and straightforward, you're generally going to be more effective at what you do. When you're not sure what your needs are, it's very difficult to communicate them. And sometimes when you do know what your needs are and you're too shy or too reluctant or cautious to speak up, then your needs don't get met. So that's a problem. So being assertive is first of all knowing what your needs are and being able to clearly communicate those needs in the right way, at the right time, in the right situation. And it's not about being obnoxious. It's not about being pushy. It's not about being a bully. That's not assertiveness. That's bullying. So assertiveness, in the healthy sense of that word, is being able to clearly identify your needs. Now, why is this important? Well, one of the first benefits is that when you're more assertive and you know how to speak up for your needs, you're less likely to carry a lot of anger and resentment. I have found in my therapy practice over the years that people who are not assertive, they tend to have more anger and resentment because they will accommodate to other people's needs, but they don't speak up and advocate for their own needs, and so they tend to, because they are looking out for other people and recognizing their needs and taking care of them, they kind of think that the logic of that would suggest that other people should look out for their needs. And guess what? Oftentimes other people don't look out for their needs. They just continue to take from them. So then the resentment builds. So it's so much better for anger management and not accumulating anger and in any relationship if you're able to speak up for your needs and you know how to advocate for yourselves, and you can in other words, like if you're in a restaurant and you order soup and it's cold, you don't have to be a jerk to send it back. You can just politely say, I don't think this soup is quite warm enough. Would you mind giving it another shot? And you can be a decent human being while you're making your point of what you need. Now, there is a second benefit to assertiveness that a lot of people don't really realize, and that is that you're less prone to depression. There is something about the relationship between being passive as a man or a woman and being sad. When you feel trapped, when you feel like you have no options, when you feel like you can't make a difference, and you approach things passively, waiting for other people to take action, it tends to make your mood go down. Now, there's many exceptions to this, okay? But in general, I find that people who are depressed need to learn how to be more active, taking initiative, taking responsibility for something, taking control of something, because that tends to elevate the mood. So, in a nutshell, you can be happier and have less anger if you learn how to be more emotionally intelligent, specifically in the area of assertiveness. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll subscribe to this podcast, Steps and Tools for Emotional Intelligence.